I made a video a few weeks ago showcasing one of the most impressive mods for Mordhaus, an open world game. Yes, they have taken everything that we know and love from the hack and slasher and made it into a crafter, a survival game, a builder, a PvP arena, an NPC quest giver, horse rider through the open world terrain, and my god is it incredible. But I said that I'd bring you some more info about it, and today we're going to be looking into the crafting, the base building, and of course the dynamic events that you can discover through the world of Mordhaus RPG mod. First of all, the mod itself is adding in a completely new feature of a day and night cycle, and these will all have different effects when you're playing with this open world. You see, when you're base building, getting your clan together and finding the correct places to settle down, make sure you do it in the day, because as soon as night falls, that's when the dastardly enemies start to come out, and moreover, that's when the other clans will start to hunt you down. On the inventory, we get a first look at the crafting. Of course, this is very early, so most of this is not done yet, but we get production, smithing, woodworking, tailoring, and so on and so forth, all having the required tools, the right items, and what they will produce as well. Tools are going to be an important part of this because, of course, you're going to have to be able to use them in order to make certain items in the crafting menus, whether it's shovels, swords, pickaxes, axes, hammers, so on and so forth, especially when it comes to crafting armor and weaponry. You can see things like chromium ore, coal, iron. These are things that you thought, wait, they're not in Mordhaus. How do we get them? Well, we already know that mining will be a big part of the mod. Resource collection, whether it's chopping down trees, mining ores, and finding the right resources in order to do said crafting. And here we have our first look at the map that's going to be played with. It's always really important to design a good map, and Mysteria seems like it's going to go in that direction. You see, you need a great variety of terrain, from mountains to woods, forests to mines, of course, to open plains, depending on whether you want to get into that cavalry combat. But Mysteria looks like it's going to head in the direction to add that variety in order to make this mod continuously fun and give players that different experience each time they go. It's very obvious that whilst this open world is adding in so many new things, from resources, leather, lumber, chopping down trees, NPCs, bandits, its core is that Mordhaus combat that won't be going away. And I think this is something that a lot of people are excited for, because Mordhaus combat is famed for being so brilliant, and putting it in an open world mod, can it really get any better than this? I love the fact that there are small villages, bandit camps, but still having cities that can be explored and traded to and from by players and NPCs. They're almost connecting the old maps with new parts of maps in order to make this living, breathing world, connecting all of Mordhaus maps together in one open server.
For this update video, there's a few cool things that have been added since the past, I guess, week ago update. So to start off, we now have item rarities. So that should give you a quick idea of how good the item is.
Item rarities are going to be a big part of this mod. Of course, the rarer the item, it will be more resource heavy to craft and maybe even take longer or more skills, but it's going to be worth a lot more. Especially when it comes to armor and weapons, it will deal more damage or defend you against more damage as well. Rare items can be used in order to create careers within the game, whether you're a merchant, a smith, a trader, even a knight trying to find the best of the best. Knowing what an item's rarity is paramount in order to progress through your game. We can see we have gold and coin amounts within our inventory as well. These will all be correlated towards the value of what we have in our inventory, and of course when we sell them, it will be added to the total of our gold coins. There are traders that will be wandering about. These are NPCs that you can, of course, trade your wares with. This is where the rarity of items comes in with great importance, because your NPC that you trade with might not be able to afford something of the higher rarity, or maybe they have the resources you're needing. But make sure you're aware, towns and cities will be the best place to get the best resources for trading, and traders will just be a one-stop thing if you're out in the wilderness and need some quick food or resources in order to craft that one thing that you've been waiting to get for a while. I really, really enjoy the world that's been created here by the modders. It looks goddamn beautiful, and I cannot wait to explore it. You'll be finding NPCs, bandits, and traders pop up along and randomly spawn. They'll of course have procedurally generated inventories and things that you can trade with them. Here it looks like we have a group of bandits.
So the idea basically is, as you're just riding around in the world, and you're not directly at like a full-on point of interest that has like static AI spawns and stuff. Now they're waking up. Yeah, I wonder why this guy does not want to. Like he's just gonna.
One thing I really love that most people might have skipped by is the fact that there's dynamically changing music within the world. You see, it's the normal Mordhaus music, or silence, as you're wandering and exploring. But as soon as you get into danger, that danger and attack music kicks in, and I really love that, adding to the immersion and the environment that the game is building.
There is some variety to the actual each individual thing. It's basically you have a range of who is going to spawn and how many are going to spawn between minimax. Like here we go. For example, these guys are spawned and there's a peasant, so they're attacking a little villager.
There's a peasant on this one. You have to save him as he's being attacked by these bandits. Or you run away and leave him to die a horrible death. Next, we see a larger group of guards fighting bandits by a nearby city. Bandits all have their own tiers, from lower to medium to higher level bandits that will deal different amounts of damage. Of course, you can attack the village guards if you want to, but it probably wouldn't be advised since they're on your side.
Just give me that, and give me that.
Somehow, the bandits won this fight against the guards, so it's a good job that our modder here stepped in to save them. But let's not forget, whilst there are NPCs and AI that have been coded within this mod, this is based on the multiplayer Mordhaus, so you will be going up against other players. Depending on the scale that you can get it up to will kind of depend on what gameplay we really get. Will it just be small villages and small groups of players, or will we be able to get those massive large battles like Mountain Blade's Persistent World mod managed to do back in the day? 50, 60, 70 people on each side going head to head at each other that form their own clans, and they want to take the castle off the enemy. There is so much more for this mod that we're going to discover, so make sure you stick around this channel for the other videos that will be coming out very, very soon. But until then, I will see you in the next one.